Mutants around the world are flocking to the island nation of Krakoa for safety, security, and to be part of the first mutant society. The Hellfire Trading Company is responsible for distributing Krakoa's medicines to friendly nations and smuggling mutants out of unfriendly ones. Days ago, the White Queen and a reluctant Black King added a third leader to the Hellfire Trading Company, the Red Queen, Kate Pride. On behalf of the Hellfire Trading Company, the Marauders, led by the Red Queen herself, Captain Kate Pride, has been conducting the organization's delivery and extraction duties across the high seas aboard their new vessel, the Marauder. Today, Brazil. A group of mutant children hide behind an outcropping of rocks on a beach in Brazil, waiting for a signal. They are worried that the Brazilian naval ships offshore will stop their rescuers. Suddenly, the sky darkens and thunder booms. A flash of lightning signals the arrival of the Marauder, with Pyro singing Journeys Any Way You Want It as the yacht barrels through the naval blockade. As the Marauders pass the Brazilian naval ships, Pyro creates a fire-breathing serpent out of his flames and engulfs one ship, while Iceman effortlessly freezes the other ship completely. The children race into the water towards their rescuers, but are cut off by a Brazilian superhuman called Paragon. Paragon warns them that if they leave, they will be guilty of treason, and the penalty for treason is death.
Nadie morirá hoy, señor. Estos niños no le pertenecen.
Storm lands between Paragon and the children. Storm versus Paragon.
Son krakoanos y, si así lo desean, vendrán conmigo.
Você realmente quer arriscar uma briga comigo?
No habrá pelea.
Storm nonchalantly calls down a bolt of lightning.
Besides, I do not even know who you are.
However, Paragon is still standing thanks to his super strength.
Isso é o melhor que você pode fazer, porque...
No, that was just the leader. The main bolt was still charging in the clouds.
The stronger main bolt hits him harder and incapacitates him. Storm wins. Flawless victory. Storm brings the children aboard the Marauder, and Iceman ushers them through the ship's gateway to Krakoa. Later that day, Krakoa, Hellfire Bay, the Red Keep. Later, as Kate and Emma have drinks, Emma telepathically downloads the Krakoan language for Kate after realizing that she does not know the language because Kate has never passed through one of the Krakoan teleportation gateways. However, while doing so, Emma notices that something else is bothering her captain. Kate confesses that it worries her that the Krakoan gates will not allow her to pass through them. What if whatever quirk she has that's causing Krakoa to block her also stops her from being resurrected? Hoping to comfort her, Emma says that she too is afraid of death, and the two women embrace.
I'm also afraid of them bringing me back with one of my old noses.
Kate wonders aloud what her life would have been like had she chosen Emma's Massachusetts Academy instead of the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. Emma finishes her drink, kisses Kate on the cheek, and says she would have eaten her alive. They head downstairs to meet and greet the Brazilian mutants they just saved from Paragon in Brazil. Suddenly, Pyro runs into the room and tells Kate and Emma that the Upstart, the vessel owned by the Black King of the Hellfire Trading Company and captained by his son, the new Black Bishop, was currently doing battle with mercenaries in Madripoor Bay. Immediately, Kate, Iceman, Pyro, and Lockheed set out on the Marauder, while Bishop and Storm rush to the Krakoan gateway to Madripoor.
What's Madripoor picking a fight with us for?
Money makes its own weather on that lawless island.
Across Hellfire Bay. Meanwhile, Sebastian Shaw has been eavesdropping from his Blackstone Palace, and as the Marauders depart for Madripoor, he calmly walks through his own Krakoan gateway to Madripoor.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important message. Top secret, eyes only access. From X-Desk. Subject, Krakoan medicine.
Last night, my sister administered the Krakoa medicine of the mind to our mother without my knowledge. My mom has been in poor health for roughly 4 years and hasn't remembered me for the last 2. So you can imagine my shock when she walked up to my door and knocked. While I'm excited about my mother's overnight improvement, there are, however, 2 pressing drug purchases to discuss. There were 2 large purchases in the last several days from the same buyer. The first was a large supply of Krakoan medicine from the black market. The other was the purchase of the cyanide through Shellcorp at a Madripoor called Homines Verendi. It is my urgent recommendation that we immediately reach out to friendly Krakoans and alert them to the likelihood that a mass casualty event is being planned around their meaningful export.